Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we really try to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights you need. Today we're tackling Cardano. It's a pretty significant name in the blockchain world, and honestly, it makes some fascinating claims right from the start. We're going straight to the source material, its white paper, to kind of unpack its core ideas and what makes it unique. Our mission here is simple. Give you a clear path to understanding Cardano, those real aha moments, without getting bogged down in jargon. And look, right away, Cardano throws down a gauntlet. It calls itself the first blockchain platform to evolve out of a scientific philosophy. Plus, it aims high, wanting to deliver more advanced features than any protocol previously developed. I mean, that's quite a statement in this field.
Oh, absolutely. It's a bold claim.
Yeah.
And that's precisely why digging into these foundational documents, like the white papers, is so crucial. They're not just tech specs, right? They're blueprints, mission statements.
Yeah.
They show the intent behind a project. You get to see not just what it is, but what it's trying to be. And maybe even more importantly, how it plans to get there. Especially with Cardano's vision, understanding this rigorous approach is key.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do for you today. Cut through the hype, get to the core of what Cardano is promising based on its own foundational words. All right, so we've established why looking at the white paper matters. Let's get into it. At its heart, what is Cardano, according to this document?
Okay, so fundamentally, the paper defines Cardano as a decentralized public blockchain and cryptocurrency project. And it really emphasizes that it's fully open source. Those three elements, decentralized, public, open source, they're really the bedrock.
Right. We hear decentralized and open source a lot in crypto, but let's make it tangible. For you listening now, what do those terms actually deliver? What's the real benefit in terms of, say, transparency or trust?
Good question. So decentralized basically means no single boss, no central point of failure or control. The network is run by a whole community, globally. For you, that translates into things like censorship resistance, your transactions, your activity. It isn't subject to one entity deciding yes or no. It also boosts security because there's no single honeypot for attackers. It makes the whole system much tougher to take down. And, power is spread out. Decisions ideally involve the community, not just one authority figure. That distributed nature builds trust. Then you layer on open source. This is all about transparency. The entire code is out there. Anyone, you, me, security experts can look at it, check it for flaws, even suggest improvements. This means, tons of community involvement, lots of eyes on the code, checking everything. It really strengthens the integrity because nothing's hidden. It's verifiable. You don't have to just trust some company. You can see the workings yourself. And building on that open foundation, Cardano is also developing a smart contract platform. Now, most people know smart contracts, those self-executing agreements, right? They run on the blockchain, no middleman needed. They're the basis for dApps, the decentralized applications. But the interesting bit here isn't just that Cardano is building one, it's the ambition they state.
Yes, the ambition. This is where it gets really interesting for me. That line, a Cardano seeks to deliver more advanced features than any protocol previously developed. Yeah. In a space crowded with promises, what does more advanced features actually suggest, especially coming from a project emphasizing a scientific approach? What should you expect?
That's the key point. While this specific white paper bit is more about the goal than listing every single feature, the scientific philosophy angle gives us clues. It strongly suggests they're aiming for fundamental, provable improvements, not just tweaking things. Think about things like formal verification for smart contracts. Using math to actually prove the code does exactly what it's supposed to, minimizing bugs and exploits. That makes your interactions much safer, much more predictable. Or maybe novel ways to handle many transactions at once, scalability, without sacrificing decentralization or security. That's a huge challenge. And potentially really robust governance systems built right into the chain, based on solid academic principles like game theory, so the platform can evolve safely over time, driven by the community. It's about designing solutions that are rigorously checked before they go live, using academic insight to tackle core problems, rather than just fixing bugs as they pop up. That's how they aim for genuinely next-gen stuff.
Okay, so a next-gen platform built on these very open, decentralized principles. But then we get to what, for me, is the absolute core differentiator mentioned in the white paper, this claim. It is the first blockchain platform to evolve out of a scientific philosophy. That phrase just jumps out. What does scientific philosophy actually mean in the fast-paced, often messy world of blockchain development?
Yeah, it's fascinating because it signals a really different way of doing things. And a lot of projects pop up fast, maybe driven by market hype or a move fast and break things approach. A scientific philosophy, though, implies something much more deliberate, rigorous, Evidence-based. It means Cardano's core design choices, its architecture, they're guided by peer-reviewed research, academic scrutiny, formal methods using mathematical logic to design and verify systems. So imagine developing a theoretical solution, writing it up in an academic paper, having scientists globally pick it apart, review it, and then using math to formally prove it's correct before you even write the main code. It's quite different from, say, a more agile approach where you might launch quickly and then iterate based on user feedback and bug reports. Here, the focus is on getting it fundamentally, provably, right from the ground up. It's almost like aerospace engineering applied to blockchain. Precision is paramount.
Wow, that is a huge difference in approach, almost a philosophical one, really. So let's bring it back to the listener. What does this mean for you? If you're using it, building on it, or just watching it, how does that scientific philosophy translate into something tangible? A better platform, maybe?
Well, connecting the dots, this scientific approach is really aimed at delivering long-term stability and security and enabling sustained innovation. Think of it like this. Instead of building something complex and then chasing down bugs afterwards, the goal here is to use mathematical proofs to show that certain kinds of critical errors can't even happen in the first place, before the code is widely deployed. For you, the user, that should mean a platform that's exceptionally reliable. Where the risk of major exploits is significantly lower, it allows for secure, predictable interactions with apps, with your assets, even when the network is busy. It's about building that super solid foundation needed for those advanced features they're aiming for. It's like building a skyscraper on bedrock, meticulously tested, designed to last and withstand challenges. And, this also brings up an interesting point about trust and adoption. In an industry that sometimes gets criticized for, well, hype over substance, does this kind of rigorous, verifiable development model build more confidence? Could it attract institutions, big businesses, users who need absolute reliability and predictability? It certainly positions Cardano as aiming for endurance for critical applications rather than just being part of a short-term trend. It's trying to earn trust through proof, not just promises.
Okay, so let's wrap this up for today's deep dive. We've seen Cardano, through its own white paper, position itself as decentralized and open source. That's foundational. It has clear ambitions for a smart contract platform with genuinely more advanced features, focusing on provable security and scale. But the real headline grabber, the thing that truly sets it apart in its claims, is this evolution from a scientific philosophy. It's not just what they aim to build, but the incredibly rigorous evidence-based how. So thinking about all that, how does this shape your view of the wider crypto world?
It really does highlight a crucial question for the future, I think. In this tech landscape that moves so incredibly fast, where speed often seems like the main goal, what's the real long-term value of this foundational scientific philosophy? Is taking a perhaps slower, more deliberate, academically grounded path focusing on mathematical certainty and formal proof actually the way to build the truly resilient, scalable, and impactful blockchain systems we'll need tomorrow? It definitely makes you think about whether that deep rigor might ultimately be more valuable than just speed.
It absolutely does. A very pertinent question. As this whole space continues to mature, we really encourage you to keep exploring what that scientific philosophy means in practice for tech development and how that unique, meticulous approach might shape the future for smart contracts. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Cardano's foundational ideas. We hope you've walked away with some clarity and maybe a new perspective. We look forward to exploring more with you next time.